Hey all, it's time for another basil update. Look at this thing, it's going crazy. We've got, this one is the Genovese basil that I said we couldn't prune because it didn't have two leaf shoots down here, and trying to prune it here where the flower stem was would have been difficult. And as you can see, it has all. Geez, I wish you guys could smell this. Oh, wonderful. Sorry, as I digress, as you can see, has beautiful little flowers. As you can also notice that the leaves are showing that they're wanting water. This is like the beginning of that droopiness we saw in the last update. And since this is inside, and I want to see if I can get seeds out of it, I'm gonna take my little seed stick here and kind of just play with the flowers, do my little Mr. Bee thing. The little bear down there, he's looking for honey, and we're just moving around the flowers, doing our bees, looking for nectar, although I don't think the chopstick cares, but alright, so hopefully we get some seed pods. Alright, so as you can see, the basil also is looking like it wants to be trimmed up, because there is quite a bit of new growth on everything, and there's also some leaves that were damaged from the wilting from the last water update video. These can go out to the girls. They love it when we give them these. We've been feeding them quite a bit of. Let me this one will be a little easier to show you. Let's move Mr. Bear down here and bring this over. Alright, so as you can see, here's where we pruned the top. It's sent out 2 shoots now, and as you can see, they both have leaf stems on them, and prune them here. And now what happens is these 2 growing tips will shoot out with more leaves. Go ahead and try to pick off any of these dead leaves or sick leaves, and this will be a bushier little spot, a little plant. Bring this over a little bit. We still have this guy. He's got, see the leaf stems here? I know you guys can't see it on this little guy because they're tiny, but there's little tiny leaves showing out right here, and then bigger ones on this guy here, and then this huge one, we'll trim him back to right there, and back to right there on that one. And this guy can, and every time you trim them back, what happens is they shoot out more stuff. Get these sick leaves down here. They got weak from that water. But every time we trim it, look at how thick this stem has gotten, how strong it is. And then there's new leaves coming out of this side down here, we're going to flip it around, because this side was the side that was away from the sun, which is why this guy didn't develop his leaves. And now they're all facing the sun window again. We'll flip it around, which helps the plant develop more evenly. Let me see here. He's developing out right at his stem still, so he doesn't need to be trimmed. Back here, the same thing. They're not ready to be trimmed. This guy, he's kind of going all over the place. We'll just take this growing tip off. Look at how beautiful. And then the final growing tips are down here. And here's Mr. Bear. He's let's see. Yeah, there we go. He wants those flower nectar really bad. He wants some honey. That one's just starting to leaf out right there, but we'll go ahead and trim off the tips so it goes ahead and encourages stronger growth. And then that leaf there needs to be trimmed off. It was weak. And this guy, I think with the other one there, we can probably just come down to the bottom of the stem and trim these guys off, because they're not really doing very well and they're crowding in the other plant. Sorry about that. Another dead leaf. I don't think you guys can see it with all this foliage, but down here there's some new development and a leaf that's a little weak. And then they're getting ready to try to shoot out flower buds too, I think. Go ahead and remove this one too. He's with the rest of these going into being stronger. And this guy here, he can just be plucked out of the dirt. He's just out crowded. He can't get enough water or sun. Alright, now here, this plant in the back here, I think we can trim him off as well, considering he's not looking super healthy and he's kind of in the way. So it looks like a massive trim back. You know, we've got a huge amount of basil to use in cooking or feeding the girls, and the smell is just truly amazing. We've got the flower stalk that is hopefully going to pop out some seed pods for us, since that leaf isn't very good either. Since it's went to flower. And actually I'm going to take this one off too. He's kind of in a bad spot to compete with the larger plants. There we go. And let's see if we can get the whole thing in the frame, or as much of it as possible. So there is the basil update. Actually, I'm going to pause the video and go grab the prunings from the last time, and actually expand this update to include those. Hold on. Alright guys, as you recall, on I believe it was the last basil update, well, not the last one. The last one was the watering. The one before that, we took some prunings, and some of them, this one was saved specifically for showing propagation, and then these two were saved just to eat, but they well, they decided they wanted to propagate. So, you know, when life happens, you gotta respect it. And so this is a Genovese. This one here is actually I believe this one's a sweet lettuce. I mean, not lettuce, but basil. And then this is another Genovese. I'm gonna have to propagate a lettuce leaf. I like the lettuce leaf basil. Anyway, the Genovese is pretty good too. So, as you recall, these red pots and the little white ones were used out in the garden. Actually, they were started in the inside, and then we moved them out and hardened those plants off to be used in the garden as companion plants. So that's what these will probably end up doing. Hope I can do this without making a mess. My wife always loves it when I make a mess. I'm gonna have to break up some of this soil. It's just too blocky. Hopefully we don't bring any more fungus gnats in the house. Every time I open a bag of soil, I seem to get a new bug. Or worse than fungus gnats, because fungus gnats I have pretty good controls for now. A little bit of neem oil inside the house. You soak the soil with it, and that pretty much takes care of fungus gnats. You don't want to eat like leafy plants right away when they get soaked with fungus gnats. I mean with neem oil, because that will be not. I wish the compost was better quality. We just get too many sticks in it for even indoor stuff. This is an organic potting mix. Alright, so there we go. Man, I'm dirty. I'm making a mess too. What I'm going to do is place the start. Look at how healthy those roots are. Beautiful white. Place the start down here and take a look at what soil level I need to start with. I think there's a rock in there. What companies won't do to make $1 off of you. Alright, that should be good for another rock, really? Alright, that should be good for the level of the plant, and as you can remember, you can pretty much go all the way up to the leaves. So just put your root ball down in the bottom. Oh, I didn't get a good compost on that. I didn't break that ball up very well. Hard to do this inside the house without a transplanting table. And just shake the soil up over the top. Be sure to spread it around, get it around. Get soil off the leaves. Oh, I wish you guys could smell this. It is so wonderful. You can gently compact the soil. I'm going to need a little bit more soil. I see a bug, and that came out of the soil. I think that's a bug. I'm not sure if it's a fungus gnat. It was really small. soil behind here. Kind of hard to get dirt off the leaves when your hands are so dirty. This is just really clumped up real bad. I really need a transplanting table to do this inside the house. Next time I'm going to mark which plants are which a little bit better. Alright, so I won't bore you guys with the other plants doing this transplant. I just wanted to bring you guys along at least for one. As you can see, it's a gorgeous plant. And these other ones here will go into the pots. And I will see you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoy. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it all. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.